I guess.
Yo, it's your boy, K. Smith, also known as Akins, also known as the coolest guy in sports, back with another overrated or underrated. This time I have Karl Anthony Towns on the menu. It's Karl Anthony Towns, overrated or underrated. This past season, he averaged 21.3 points per game, 12.3 rebounds, 2.4 assists, 1.4 blocks, 0.8 steals per game. He shot 54% from the field, 42% from the three-point line, 85% from the free throw line. Is Karl Anthony Towns overrated or underrated? Karl Anthony Towns, who has played in 82 games for the past 3 seasons, so that shows you that he's incredibly durable. This man is talented, physically a gifted player. Very few players has his size, has his mobility and skills to do the things that he does. Everybody knows he's kind of mediocre to terrible on the defensive side. A lot of that effort is lack of basketball IQ, which he can improve with the right coach. But some people are saying those defensive struggles for the consecutive years he's been in the NBA are getting hard to ignore. And I say right coach, but people say he already has a defensive whiz of a head coach in Tom Thibodeau. There's a massive gap between players like him versus two-way young players who do it on both ends on the floor, like Embiid, Simmons, or Porzingis. And with his massive wingspan and quick feet, he was projected as an elite overall defender coming out of college, even though he struggled in college with his defense. Still, scouts projected him to be a very good defender at the next level. But Towns, who consistently gets into foul trouble, always falling for pump fakes. He's too eager to block shots at times, which leads to second chances for opponents on the offensive side. He also misses a lot of box outs. Karl Anthony also finds himself kind of in no man's land too much on the defensive side on the court. Now, we know bigs really rely on system in the NBA. And to be honest, the only good defender on the Timberwolves last season was Jimmy Butler. Everybody else was terrible. So Towns, who has the ability to shoot the three, work the post, inside-outside game for a 7-footer, is very special. He's only 22 years old. He just signed a massive extension. He will get better over time, I'm hoping, on the defensive side. But saying he's overrated just because he struggles on the defensive side is absolutely absurd. He's an offensive superstar. I know it's difficult to project him growing into a good or solid defender, but he's a top 3 center in the league right now at 22 years old. His upside may not be as high as some guys because he lacks superior athleticism, but his skill set alone can overcome those areas that he lacks. And he's probably, in his prime, can average anywhere between 25 to 28 points per game, 15 rebounds in his prime. He's already great offensively. So if his defense improves, he can someday be a player who demands opponents to kind of shift their lineups to account for him on the defensive side. And teams today, we know, are building with skill and shooting to try to beat the Warriors, but in the future, size could be necessary like it's always has been. The NBA for years, it was a big man's game, and the big men are coming back into fold. So Karl Anthony Towns is not overrated. If I had to pick between the two, overrated or underrated, I would say he's underrated as of right now because he's so great at a young age with room to grow. Like I said, he just signed that 5-year, $198 million extension, which would bring more expectations. Hopefully he is up for the task, but to say he's overrated is a no-no. This is your boy, K. Smith, also known as the coolest guy in sports. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Do you think Karl Anthony Towns is overrated or underrated? Let me know in the comments below. Also, shout out Deron Mitchell for asking for this video. If there's a video you guys want to see, let me know in the comments. I will make that video. This is your boy, K. Smith. Hit that notification bell. Also, check out some of the other links in the description. I'm gone, man. Peace.